Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Dr. Sharon Gaber's second State of the University address. We appreciate your attendance and thank you for being here today. I'm Dr. Amy Thompson, President of the University of Toledo's Faculty Senate. We just viewed a video that was produced by the University Marketing and Communications Department. Although it's a big task, this video does an excellent job of capturing the breadth of our programs, our people, and our collective passions. UT is one of the few comprehensive universities with outstanding students, faculty, and staff. Since the arrival almost 3 years ago of President Sharon Gaber, we have seen UT climb in enrollment, our research dollars have increased, and there's a renewed sense of a we can attitude. In her brief time here, she has created a culture of together is better and placed an emphasis on shared governance that has set the foundation for a successful future where everyone feels that they have input and they are valued. As the university celebrates its accomplishments and faces its future challenges, it will do so under the leadership of an outstanding president who understands the importance of providing the best possible educational experience for our students and an exceptional workplace for our faculty and staff. We are in the dawn of a new day, and our future is bright, and our opportunities are endless. These are exciting times for our great university. I'm honored today and privileged to introduce the 17th president of the University of Toledo, Dr. Sharon Gaber.
Thank you, Dr. Thompson, for the introduction and for your leadership of Faculty Senate. On behalf of the senior leadership team, I want to thank Faculty Senate for all of their work this year. Good afternoon, everyone. Members of the University of Toledo Board of Trustees, and I have Mayor Kapsakavich, who's on the way, and other community leaders, UT students, faculty, physicians, and staff, and all fans of UT and Rocket Nation, welcome. I'm energized by the momentum we're experiencing at UT, energized by seeing all of you here today, energized by the progress we've made during the last year. We saw some of those things in the opening video. If there was something in that video that touched your life this year, please raise your hand. That show of hands symbolizes the impact the University of Toledo has on our students, our community, and so many other lives. Holding an annual event like this provides us an opportunity to reflect on the progress we've made, our many accomplishments, and all of the people who have made our progress possible. Nothing at this university happens because of one person. It's only through partnership, collaboration, and teamwork that we make significant progress. Individually, we can make incremental improvement, but to bring about real change, we need each other. In my first address last year, I talked about strengthening our fundamentals. I described my vision for UT 10 years down the road, that we would be a highly desirable, sought-after, nationally ranked, comprehensive, public research university anchoring the northern part of the state. Not long after, we rolled out the university's 5-year strategic plan. More than 1,000 people contributed to the development of that plan, which introduced our new vision. It reads as follows. The University of Toledo will be a nationally ranked public research university with internationally recognized expertise and exceptional strength in discovery, teaching, clinical practice, and service. So it looks like my vision aligns well with the university's. That's a relief. We have indeed strengthened many of our fundamentals, and yes, we have more to do. But we're looking beyond the fundamentals now, building on our momentum. Our strategic plan maps out 5 priorities. First, improving student success. Second, achieving national prominence in research, scholarship, and creative activities. Third, fostering a culture of excellence. Fourth, building and maintaining a strong financial base. And fifth, strengthening our reputation and community engagement. It's important to me that the entire UT community embrace these priorities and that we structure our work to support them. These aren't just sentences on a piece of paper. They're the framework that guides our actions. I'm happy to report that we've made great progress in a short amount of time. This too is energizing because it demonstrates how much we can do when we set our minds to it. At the University of Toledo, we believe that the value we bring to the lives of our students, their families, and our community is almost immeasurable. Yes, we can talk about the financial benefits, knowing that a college graduate earns $1 million more than a high school graduate over the course of a lifetime. But how do you measure the opportunity an education provides? How do you measure the positive impact we have on young adults who go on to shape other lives and the communities where they live? We can't really measure the opportunity, but we can look at our graduates, our alumni, and our community and know that we're making a difference. One thing we can measure is the economic impact the university has on Northwest Ohio. We're the region's second largest employer, and we contribute $3.3 billion to this community every year. And what else? About 1/3 of our graduates stay in the area, further contributing to the growth of the region. You only have to look as far as the local restaurant Balance Pan Asian Grill, which is currently building a new location in downtown Toledo. Co-founders Ho Chan Jang and Prakash Karamchandani met when they were studying business at UT. When they graduated, they applied the grit that we see in so many of our students, and today they're overseeing a highly successful and expanding business. Wins for both of them and for their families, and a win for the community too. Our primary goal at UT is to help students succeed, and that means for them to graduate and pursue meaningful lives and successful careers. While they're here, we owe them an excellent education, a supportive and inclusive environment, and opportunities for hands-on learning through co-ops, internships, study abroad, and other experiential learning activities. Nathan Szymanski, a junior studying physics, took advantage of those opportunities by doing undergraduate research. Nathan just received the prestigious and highly competitive Goldwater Scholarship. This award was given to only the top 211 math and science students in the country this year. He was named a Goldwater Scholar for his studies to advance future technology, such as solar cells and batteries. And we couldn't be more proud. Nathan, can you stand, please, and so we might recognize you? We help students succeed by providing resources to help them navigate what are often winding roads in education. In addition to our outstanding faculty, we have academic advisors who offer help with degree planning and class scheduling. Success coaches offer guidance on just about any challenge a student faces. And tutors are available for all students, including athletes who have very demanding practice and game schedules. Our student athletes consistently break school records for high GPAs while also winning on the field. Congratulations to our MAC champions in football and soccer this year. We are always proud of the way our athletes perform in their sports, in the classroom, and in our community. We've intensified our efforts to help all of our students graduate in a timely fashion, and our efforts are paying off. We expect our graduation rate to increase by 3.5% this year. That's significant progress, and we'll work diligently to maintain this upward trend. We can't share the stories of everyone who will walk across the stage at commencement next month, but let me mention a few. Tyrone Jacobs is an electrical engineering student from Toledo whose dreams didn't match the neighborhood he grew up in. He defied the odds in coming to UT to earn his degree. He beat the odds again, landing an internship at the world's largest aerospace company. After he shared his story on social media, LinkedIn was inspired to put his quote on a wall in its headquarters. His quote was, "I will never, and I mean never, stop striving for greatness." Now Tyrone has accepted a position at the same company where he was an intern. He'll be working as a components engineer at Boeing in Los Angeles. Also walking across that stage at graduation will be, and he's right over here. Also walking across that stage at graduation will be Sarah Barish, who's joining Thorson Baker and Associates in Cleveland as a structural design engineer. Austin Kreitz, who will work as an accountant at Marathon Petroleum in Findlay, and Ashley Deal, who will be teaching English in South Korea. I expect all of them to spread the word about the opportunities that UT provided them. Helping ensure that an education at UT is affordable is also part of our commitment to student success. We announced 2 programs this year that aim to reduce the cost of earning a UT degree. Undergraduate students enrolling for the first time in the fall will participate in our new tuition guarantee program. That means they will pay the same tuition and general fees from their first day of school through graduation 4 years later. Another program takes aim at the high cost of textbooks. Our digital course content program provides students a digital version of their class materials at a significant cost savings. They can pay as much as $300 less for a single textbook. This program initially applies to some of our large enrollment classes. We expect it to be adopted by other classes in the future. Whether they're using digital textbooks or printed books, we're excited to see so many more students in the library. This year, we completed a $6 million renovation of Carlson Library, another investment in student success. If you haven't been to the library since the renovation, I recommend you go see the new collaborative learning spaces. Student visits to the library have already increased 40% since the renovation. We estimate that more than 3 million people have come through the doors this year. I'm sure we can attribute some of this success to our new Dean of Libraries, Bo Case, who envisions the library as a hub of student activity, not only a place for studying. I have an announcement today that supports this new vision. I'm excited to tell you that a new Starbucks will open on the 2nd floor of the library this fall. We're glad to help fuel the late night needs of our students, and I'm sure I might see some faculty and staff there too when I go to pick up my own latte. Okay. A focus on student success also means creating a campus environment in which students are engaged and energized by their leaders and peers. Much of that responsibility falls under the Division of Student Affairs. This year, Dr. Philip Cockrell, or Dr. Flap as he's known, joined our leadership team as the division's vice president. He has set about creating a positive, service-oriented organization dedicated to supporting our students, which includes free popcorn and snacks in his office. Our students are truly amazing when it comes to serving the community. Last school year, our students performed more than 25,000 hours of community service, and that doesn't even count the thousands of hours they give back through student teaching, clinicals, and unpaid internships. Just this month, we had hundreds of students participate in Rockathon, which surpassed its $160,000 goal to benefit local children, and in Songfest, which raised more than $120,000 for Veterans Matter. And that's in addition to the hundreds of students who spent last weekend volunteering around the city, including some in the cold rain, cleaning up gardens and homes for our neighbors, all as part of the big event. I don't know where the Generation Me term comes from, because our students have shown us something quite different. Can all our UT students please stand? Thank you for all you do. We're also working to help ensure that students, staff, and faculty of every race, ethnicity, religion, and gender identity feel included and represented on our campus. This year, we've trained some 800 faculty and staff in diversity awareness and are also conducting sessions with students. I'm happy to report that we've appeared for the first time in the Campus Pride Index, which rates an institution's commitment to LGBTQA inclusive policies, programs, and practices. And for the 6th year in a row, UTMC has been named a leader in the Healthcare Equality Index by the Human Rights Campaign Foundation. In addition to having an inclusive and supportive campus, we need to have a safe one. I'm proud to say UT is among the safest campuses in Ohio, thanks in part to UT Police. We have consistently low reports of crime and sexual misconduct, and we have strong education and prevention programming and support services. But there is always room for improvement, and we've made a number of improvements this year. We moved the Title IX office under Student Affairs to work more closely with counseling and other services provided to our students. We trained more than 100 faculty on ways to deal with student crises. We're also working to simplify our reporting processes and ensure that everyone knows where they can go for assistance. And last year, I created a task force to identify best practices from other universities and opportunities to strengthen our sexual misconduct policies and procedures. Training is a huge part of preparation. This year, we introduced mandatory compliance training on Title IX, sexual harassment, ethics, and healthcare privacy for all faculty and staff. Our students also now complete mandatory training on sexual misconduct and alcohol abuse. And we've increased student outreach, education, and resources. As many of you know, we've been engaged for several weeks in a campus dialogue on the topic of free speech. After a controversial banner was hung here in the Union, we held a town hall for students. The discussion that ensued was passionate, but also respectful. We've had more opportunities for dialogue since then, with all sides presenting their views, and all have maintained a high level of civil discourse. I was and am very proud of the way our students express their views in these forums. If they can apply those same skills after they leave UT, we have indeed contributed greatly to society. While student success remains our top priority, we also have set a goal of achieving national prominence, particularly in research. I'm excited to announce that through the third quarter of this year, we've received nearly twice the research dollars compared to the same period last year. To date, we've received 233 research awards and have nearly $41 million in external research funding. We're proud of the national accolades bestowed this year on our talented researchers and faculty members for advancing knowledge. 3 UT researchers were named Fellows of the very prestigious American Association for the Advancement of Science for their contributions to scientific discovery. Dr. Heidi Apple was recognized for her work in the field of chemical ecology. Her research on how plants can hear has been widely cited. Dr. Karen Bjorkman was elected for her leadership in research to better understand the disks around massive stars, and Dr. Stephen Fetterman was recognized for his contributions in the research of interstellar matter and for advancing the field of laboratory astrophysics. Can I ask these 3 talented individuals to stand, please? We had additional researchers who've achieved national recognition this year as well. Dr. Alexia Metz in occupational therapy determined that fewer toys in a toddler's environment leads to more creative, healthy play. This news, which hit right before Christmas, generated a lot of buzz on CBS This Morning, The Today Show, USA Today, and Parents Magazine, just to name a few. Researchers at our Lake Erie Center continue to gain attention for their work to protect the Great Lakes. A UT group is collaborating with state and federal agencies on research into invasive Asian carp. Nicole King, a UT research technician, is part of that team, and Holly Emke, who graduated last year, was the first researcher to find direct proof of grass carp spawning in a Great Lakes tributary. And Dr. Sandrine Mubenga, in engineering technology, developed a new energy storage solution to make battery packs last longer and cost less. As a teenager, she waited 3 days for surgery after her appendix burst because there was no power at the hospital in her native country, the Democratic Republic of Congo. I was a lot luckier this year. UTMC had no such power concerns when our doctors removed my appendix in emergency surgery last September. I can't imagine how difficult that must have been for Dr. Mubenga. Have I mentioned how energized I am by all of these accomplishments? Our researchers are adding to the world's knowledge and solving the world's problems. Let's give all of these individuals and all of our fantastic researchers a round of applause. As we work toward our goal of being a top public research university, leadership matters. In addition to our new Dean of Libraries this year, we welcomed 3 new college deans. Dr. Michael Toole came to us from Bucknell University and is leading the College of Engineering. Charlene Gilbert, a former UT faculty member, left Ohio State to return to us and lead the College of Arts and Letters. And Dr. Linda Lewandowski came from the University of Massachusetts to lead our College of Nursing. She is also co-chairing our opioid task force along with Faculty Senate President Dr. Amy Thompson. Will our 4 new deans stand to be recognized, please? We have another new dean joining us in July. Dr. Raymond Whitty will be our dean of the Judith Herb College of Education, and he's coming to us from Miami University in Ohio. New leadership also brings new energy, and it's been very exciting to watch how each of these talented leaders is instituting positive change. For instance, Dean Toole is working very closely with local employers to strengthen our successful engineering co-op program and identify opportunities for shared research. Dean Gilbert is focused on student retention. She established a retention committee and an early alert system to identify students who may be struggling. Dean Lewandowski is updating the nursing curriculum with 2 additional specialties, one in geriatric medicine and one in mental health. I also want to recognize the College of Nursing for moving up 20 spots in U.S. News & World Report's 2019 Best Graduate Schools list. Congratulations. We also will soon have some new leadership on our Board of Trustees. 2 College of Engineering alumni, Roy Arms, former president and CEO of Cooper Tire, and Burdell Jackson, founder of B&E Jackson & Associates, an engineering and consulting firm in Atlanta, will join the board as national trustees on July 2nd. Sadly, we said goodbye to one of our leaders this year. Dr. Anthony Quinn, Tony to most of us, lost a long battle with cancer last month at the age of 59. He represented the best among us. In addition to being a renowned immunologist, he was a champion of diversity and of providing opportunity to underrepresented students. In 2015, Dr. Quinn created We Are STEM, an initiative aimed at bringing high-profile minority scientists to UT as reminders of what is possible for students of color. Tony's wife, Belinda, who works with us at UT, is in our medical microbiology program. Belinda She's not able to be with us today, but we want to express our sincere condolences and thank you for the contributions you both have made to UT. We have so much to be proud of. Great research by our faculty, innovative leadership, students who excel in the classroom and serve their community, and staff members who go above and beyond with tight resources. It's important to me that we foster a culture of excellence and pride in our campus community. We are focusing more on making UT a great place to work. To help with this, we need to continue to invest in our people. We need to promote development and continuing education, and we need to recognize our people more often. This year, to complement the Faculty Leadership Development Program we launched in 2016, we implemented our first Staff Leadership Development Program with 21 high-potential individuals currently participating. We also just announced a new Faculty Fellows Program in the Provost's office in partnership with the Office of Diversity and Inclusion. This promotes the mentoring of 6 faculty members who will learn more about higher education administration through work on specific UT initiatives. And just this week, the Board of Trustees promoted 26 faculty members to full professor, which is nearly double over previous years. This happened in part because we're actively encouraging faculty to become fully promoted, an important step in their academic development. We're also happy that we finalized the collective bargaining agreement with the union that represents our faculty and lecturers. The new AAUP contract was negotiated in a matter of months compared to years in the past. This demonstrates commitment and partnership on both sides and sets a positive tone for the future. Before we move on, I want to address a major issue that captured our attention for half of the academic year. That was the temporary loss of accreditation for our Physician Assistant Studies program. We learned a great deal from that experience. We learned that we can benefit from better processes and more oversight. The fact that we are large and complex is not an excuse for poor execution. Thankfully, the hard work of a very dedicated team helped to get the accreditation reinstated, and that team continues to work with the PA program to ensure that it maintains the high quality expected of all of our programs. I also want to compliment our PA students who maintain their focus despite the distractions. A bright spot for our College of Medicine and Life Sciences is our partnership with ProMedica, which has been received by the community with excitement and expectation. Our academic affiliation is truly transforming our region. Just last week, we opened the most visible sign of our partnership, the new state-of-the-art Neurosciences Center along I-475 near Toledo Hospital. This center brings a new level of care for patients diagnosed with diseases such as Alzheimer's, brain tumors, stroke, and Parkinson's disease, while also strengthening research in these areas. As our learning model shifts with the affiliation, we're transitioning UTMC to serving as a community teaching hospital. UTMC serves 300,000 patients every year. Our neighbors depend on us for their care and will continue to serve this community. If there's one issue today that requires partnerships at every level in the state, it's the opioid crisis. Fatal drug overdoses have become the leading cause of accidental death in Ohio, even more than car accidents. Overdoses in Ohio increased more than 30% in 2016 to 4,050. In the UTMC emergency department alone, we had more than 250 confirmed overdoses last year. That's about 5 patients per week. We have more than 100 people at UT working on issues related to solving the opioid crisis. I created a task force earlier this year to pull together the many researchers, physicians, counselors, and educators from across the university working on opioid issues to help identify funding sources, coordinate efforts, and possibly link their projects. Early last year, we established an inpatient detox unit for adults at UTMC, the first place in our region providing medically managed detox. Our team provided assistance to more than 500 people living with addiction last year, and the hospital's planning to add more beds and counseling services soon. We've also joined the Hazelden Betty Ford Patient Care Network for collaboration with its other members. Just last week, we held an opioid summit here on campus. More than 100 researchers, physicians, state leaders, and community partners gathered to discuss how we can work together for the greatest impact. While opioids are a relatively new area of concentration for UT, researchers here have been working to fight cancer for decades. In the next few weeks, we'll begin sharing some other work we're doing related to treating cancer using precision medicine, targeted therapies based on a person's genetic makeup. We know that there are more than 500,000 people in Ohio alone who are living with cancer. There remains a great deal of need, and our researchers, surgeons, and other clinicians will continue to contribute. No talk about the university would be complete without discussing our finances. Thanks to a number of successful initiatives this past year, we've managed to maintain financial stability. As a public institution, we must balance limitations of state support through disciplined financial management, enrollment growth, and robust fundraising. The challenge we face is shared by most other public universities. We have a tight budget, yet we also need to recruit top faculty and staff to provide the excellent education our students deserve. And we need to do that in modern facilities, aided with the latest technology to attract the best students. Growing our enrollment is key to achieving these goals, and I need each of you to continue to work hard to recruit and retain more UT students. I know that virtually every function in the university and every leader here would like to have more resources. I know how hard everyone works to bring about positive change for our students and our university despite financial constraints, and for that I want to say thank you. While striving to reduce or eliminate costs, we also have been actively building up our fundraising efforts. We introduced our first annual Day of Giving this year on Founders Day, and we raised nearly $454,000 in just 36 hours. We were happy to welcome many new donors to UT through this effort. Our donors support hundreds of scholarships and programs across UT, and we're so grateful for the opportunities they provide our students. Also under the banner of philanthropy, last September, we were thrilled to announce the university's largest gift ever. Welltower, a global leader in healthcare real estate, headquartered here in Toledo, donated real estate valued at more than $30 million to the university. This property, located just 2 miles away from main campus on Dorr Street, will serve as an additional campus location. We'll soon be ready to embark on what we're calling phase 1 of this project, and will relocate UT's Division of Advancement to the Welltower property. This will allow all of the groups in advancement, alumni and annual engagement, development, special events, the UT Foundation, and university marketing and communications to work together under one roof. The administrative operations of University of Toledo physicians will also be moving there this fall. I'm excited today to talk about another partnership of a different kind. TARTA will become the transportation provider for the University of Toledo. In addition to providing our existing on-campus bus routes, starting this summer, all UT students and employees can catch a bus anywhere in the city for free. By simply presenting our Rocket ID, we can get downtown to the Toledo Museum of Art, to the zoo, or to area restaurants and shopping more easily. And because we don't need to replace our aging UT buses, this plan will help the university save money. We've talked with our mayor and other city officials about this, and we're all excited about UT being better connected to the community. We're proud to add Welltower and TARTA to our growing list of partnerships. In recent years, we've formed partnerships with BGSU, the City of Toledo, Toledo Museum of Art, Toledo Public Schools and Boys and Girls Clubs of Toledo through the Brady Partnership, ProMedica, Northwest State Community College, Jeep, Owens Community College, and the Ohio Highway Patrol. These community partners are important to the university. How we represent ourselves and engage in the community is important to me, and I imagine to all of you. During the 3 years I've been at UT, we've worked hard to better tell our story. There are hundreds of interesting and exciting things going on here any given week. We're using all kinds of channels to tell those stories. I hope you've seen the billboards around town for the hospital and those highlighting our alumni who are influential in the community. Our Looking for Stars commercial played throughout the year in several Ohio cities, and digital advertising has been showing up in the feeds of high school students in Ohio and Michigan. And we're telling our story in the media with more than 11,000 media mentions this academic year so far. We can't tell every story, but with your help, we can tell a lot of them. Each of you is an ambassador of the university, and we need your participation. We're conducting a brand study to help us better define who we are and what sets us apart from other schools. In the end, this study will help us find a common voice which will strengthen our ability to tell our story. Even though the research isn't finished, we can start talking about rocket pride. We all know that UT's reach extends far beyond the borders of our campuses, with many rocket fans residing throughout this great community of ours. We have a lot to be proud of with all that I've mentioned today. So I've been talking with our students, coaches, Mayor Kapsakavich about how we can increase Toledo's rocket pride. When I drive around town, I want to see rocket flags and rocket bumper stickers and rocket signs, instead of flags and signs from other schools that are miles away. And I need all of you to help push this change. In fact, we're going to help you out by giving each of you here today a UT Rockets window claim. I hope you'll proudly display it in your home or your office or your vehicle. And And while we're showing our pride, I want us to think about the words we choose when we talk about UT. We need to push back on the perception that to get an outstanding education at a public research university, you need to go away. We are Toledo's university. We need to stop apologizing for the fact that we are accessible to many students in Toledo who might not otherwise have an opportunity to attend college if we were not here. You've heard me talk today about our achievements, our recognitions, our successes. We have so many great programs, exceptional faculty, talented clinicians, and accomplished students. We need to celebrate that. We need to talk about ourselves as a destination university. We need to tell each other and everyone we meet, this is a fantastic place where students can earn an excellent education in a safe and supportive environment. Here's how I sum up our year. We're experiencing a positive shift in our culture, feeling more energetic and inclusive. We're focusing first and foremost on our students. We're successfully making progress toward the goals set out in our strategic plan. We're embracing partnerships and collaboration in new ways, and we're showing Toledo our rocket pride. UT is this city's only university. We have an important impact on this community, and we need your support. We want you to share our enthusiasm, mentor our students, see our physicians, partner with us, root for our rockets, and hire our graduates. We are energized by our positive momentum, and we are so proud to be the University of Toledo. Show your pride, show our pride. We've got our feet on the ground and our eyes to the sky. Just watch what we do next. Thank you all, and go Rockets.
Thank you, President Gaber, for that very inspiring speech. I know I'm proud to be a Rocket, and these are great times to be at our university. We'd like to invite all of you to stay and have a reception with us. We have, I understand, ice cream and healthy snacks, so you get to pick which you would like. But please hang around and have some fellowship, and we're glad